Welcome to Happy Hour Holidaze with your host, Manny Febre. We got our co-host, Sean Febre. You know, this is our podcast here with business, entrepreneurship, and life stories. We like to tell the truth out there. We like to get people inspired. And today, in studio, we got Amber Field. She's a woman of many talents, social influencer. She's got a fight coming up on August 10th with Misfits, and then she does Most Valuable Promotions. She interviews a lot of the boxers, Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, and she has a lot of different talents. She works for Bare Knuckles. I mean, you're all over the place. She makes that money. How we doing, Amber? Happy to have you on.
Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah, thank you, Amber, for making time to come on Happy Hour Holidaze. We got our new logo up there. We're freaking loving it. So tell us a little bit about Amber Field, how she started. She's a young lady. How did you get into the boxing scene? And honestly, become a UFC ring girl, and now you're going to be boxing. So I mean, that's a hell of a transition.
Yeah, my life's pretty crazy at moments. I got into this. Well, I'm from a small town here in Florida, Lakeland, Florida, actually.
Oh shit, I know.
Shout out to Vince Serrano, youngest in the yacht club.
Yeah,
that's how I knew you were from Lakeland, because I saw it. I was like, yo, Vince, you think you can help us get her on? And thank you, Vince.
Yeah, thank you, Vince. Yeah, it was great. That podcast was amazing. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, so I just grew up in a small town, and I knew at a young age that I was destined for something great. I would always say I want to be on TV. I'm gonna be a superstar. All my friends from middle school and stuff, you said it and you did it. It's so inspiring. And I just started modeling before anybody did it on Instagram, and kind of blew up from there. Probably because of the small town, gossip, hate, stuff like that. But it never really affected me. It was just seeing the numbers go up was amazing. I started modeling in some skating communities, and eventually got into doing some ring girl stuff here locally. And with that, I got to meet.
So with who exactly? Was it the local Tampa Octagon? I forget what it's called, man. They had the guy with the long hair that came up. I forget his fucking name. You started doing that, right, with the UFC?
No, with boxing actually, and
boxing.
I believe it was Tampa City Boxing, or I forget the name of the promotion exactly, but it was on Telemundo, and that was a pretty big deal.
Telemundo.
Yeah, it was a pretty big deal for me being.
You speak Spanish?
Un poquito.
So
it was a lot of Mexican boxers then, right? It was a lot of Mexican.
Yeah, so I started Duolingo because I wanted to be able to interview the boxers better. There's times where I have to have a translator, and it's okay for now, but as I grow into this, I do want to be able to interview clearly. And Duolingo, honestly, it's helped me so much. I went to Costa Rica, and I was able to have conversations with my Uber driver.
Pura vida. I'll tell you something. Costa Rica was a hell of a fun place, and it's so crazy that all the residents there are so nice. I mean, you would think it's just
tourism,
crazy,
bro.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's 100%. But it's just such a cool place with the Pacific Ocean. You got the mountains. I mean, we did the ATV tour, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've been to Costa Rica a few times, and it's just so different every time I go. This last time we stayed in Guaynabo, which is the rainforest, and everybody's so nice. Even our server, we got caught in a rainstorm, and our server's you're not gonna get a cab, I'll take you, and just left and took us home, and it's just so nice and refreshing.
That ain't sketch.
No.
Hey, listen,
There you go.
person, I just
We
met.
got 100.
Maybe in America, for sure, I would never. But in Costa Rica, it's just a neighborly, friendly thing to do. They're even nice to their animals, they take in all, they don't, there's no shelters or anything. They take in all the animals, feed all the animals, protect all the animals. So I feel you could really tell about a community by how they treat their animals.
So it kind of seems like you went down a path of modeling, and you said modeling on Instagram before that was even the thing to do. So when did you start doing it? At 18? Did you start doing
at
it
18.
20?
I mean, I started my
10
Instagram.
years ago, right?
Yeah, 10 years ago. I started.
Well, she don't want anybody to know her age.
No,
dog.
my birthday is this month, actually. At the end of this month, I turned 29.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you so
Is
much.
it July 29th?
July 28th.
Oh, it's close to our best friend's birthday. My brother-in-law, his is 29th. So.
Leo power. Let's go, baby.
So then that's something that you pursued. And I mean, you have over 1 million followers on social media, which means that you've gained, honestly, probably more than what 99% of people will ever gain, which is notoriety. How have you leveraged your social media following in order to create a revenue stream for yourself? If you have done that, I'm not sure if you have or not.
Yeah, so for a long time, it was like a struggle. I couldn't really figure out how to monetize with my following. It was mainly just for fun, never really for money. But then, with the numbers comes other things. Like I got my MVP job. Hosting, I feel like that helped because of my following, getting, brand deals or just other jobs, especially in the boxing community. Now that I've created a niche for myself in this fight world, I feel like it's been great because I'm sought after. So, I have companies messaging me, hey, I want you to do ring girl for me, or hey, I want you to do interviews for me, or can you hire models for me, or really just like whatever I can do, I take the opportunity. But I do feel like, my following has something to do with it. It's crazy though, because I always joke around. I'm like, people see my following and are more impressed by that number than they are about the number in my bank account.
Because you know what's crazy, man? There's a lot of people out there that may have a large following that don't know how to monetize it. The key is to monetize it. And we've had some social media influencers on here. I'm not calling you one, even though you are. You're also a boxer. But in order to maximize your ability to make profit, you have to capitalize on followers. I would think so. I mean, we don't have a large following. So I would think that's the way to do it. So whether it's through affiliate marketing, maybe also probably one of the big things, you got your own promo code for a couple beauty products.
Yeah. So
right?
I stopped doing that just because it doesn't really, unless I'm continuously posting that brand.
But then it doesn't look well, does it?
It doesn't do well. I feel like Instagram kind of flags that a little bit. Like if you're promoting too much products, they're like, okay, people aren't going to see your products unless you're giving them a cut. You can say, oh, you could pay for ads or whatever case that is. And sometimes that's a good option. But, for me personally, it's all like to my subscription sites, brand deals. So a 3-month deal, let's just say a brand approaches me and I'll say, okay, the only way, if you want this to be your goal, I'm going to have to post you at least once or twice a week for 3 months. So then I come up with a plan, a deal for a 3-month deal. And that's kind of what I'm looking at now, just because of the time I have to utilize my time, and I only want certain brands attached to my profile. I'm not just taking any more brands just for the money. It needs to be a brand I believe in, a person I believe in. Like, I want to talk to you. I want to see your passion for your brand. Is it helping the community, or is this just another, scam?
You want to shout any of them out?
Yeah, of course. Like, I have a bunch of people that I've just known that have started brands like Tiger Life, energy drink. Like, I really believe in them. Let me think of some other ones. There's other ones that I work with. I'll name them too. Rikadami, not a great company. They're a flower company, and I was like, okay, like, what could be so harmful about this? But they ended up they paid me, but they ended up not paying like 40 models. And
wait a second.
Right now their name's attached to me. I've got models. Did you get paid? And it's just like, yes, I did, but I will never ever work for a company. And they had contracts and everything, so I'm sure that they're going to get in trouble for that. But it's just like, I don't want to work with people I don't really know, unless the check's worth it. But I mean, there's a certain line to it. But
when did you realize that, hey, listen, I could make money off
That's what I was
this?
going to ask Amber. I was like, when is that memorable moment where you really jumped up on the followings, or was it slowly gradual?
Like,
was there like
10,000? Was it 100,000?
Was there like a collaboration?
It was a drastic change, and mainly I think like my subscription site, OnlyFans, for that, because leading up to that, it was kind of a struggle for me. People were taking my photos and doing it themselves, or scamming, pretending to be me, or it's just like a long journey of getting scammed and being fucked over, where it's like, okay, you know what, let me just go ahead and start this site. And my friend was actually like, girl, what are you doing? Like, you need to get on this site. And I do house flipping as well, and some other stuff. Like, I have a bunch of different little jobs that I do, but house flipping was my main passion, my main source of income for the past 8 years. So really monetizing on Instagram wasn't like I wasn't like, oh my God, I need to do this.
So then let's meander over to the house flipping side of it. We love real estate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We own a real estate photography company.
Amazing.
Right. So this is kind of like not our hobby because we're trying to monetize it, but we understand it very well. When was that first flip? And how did it feel when you sold it? When you got that check and you were like, all that hard work I put into it, it feels good. I want to do it again. And then it was like crack.
Yeah. So my family is into it. My dad's a commercial contractor and a house flipper. My brother's also he's a subcontractor, now getting his GC. My cousin's a builder, so it kind of runs in my family a little bit. So my dad brought me the opportunity. I saved a little bit of money right out of high school. I was about 20 years old when I bought my first house for $20,000.
Nonstop hustling, that's
Where
for
at?
sure. You had your head on straight.
Where the hell did you buy a $20,000 house?
In Lakeland.
In Lakeland.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, I know because our
That's
cousins
right.
live out there, so I went to Lakeland a lot. There's a lot of land out there, and that's an up and coming city that
it
is continuously
it's actually
growing.
like I've seen a couple articles where it has a number 4 at one of the highest grossing or not grossing, I'm sorry,
Growth.
one of growing markets in America just because the value just increases by like 20%.
Oh yeah. Growing up there, it's so crazy to see like it now. Like Amazon's there, all the warehouses are there. Right where I lived, it was a country. There was just fields, and now it's just full of warehouses. But that just means more people are moving in.
Yeah.
I work on condemned homes in the hood, honestly, in the hood. So like
Section 8 housing? Almost?
Yes, almost. Some of them are. I have done Section 8. They're fine. They just are particular on how they want things. We just kind of do the bare minimum. But I'll subcontract it out. So like I'll have drywall guy come do drywall. My dad is expert in plumbing, so I'll usually use him or things like that.
And
But
then once your cousin, or was it cousin or brother that's becoming the GC?
yeah, my cousin, my brother.
Wow, once he does that.
Yeah, well, I actually use him for everything already.
Yeah.
So, like for instance, I'm actually building a apartment in my backyard.
No shit.
I have about
A mother-in-law suite?
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it into apartment, section it off, and just rent it out and pay my mortgage with that.
Oh.
So
That's brilliant.
That's what I'm working on today, literally all day yesterday. But my first flip was definitely a learning process. I think I held it for 3 years.
Where was it? Tell us where it was.
In Lakeland.
No. Where in Lakeland?
What do they call this area? They call
Was it off of 570?
No,
570 is a
540.
toll road.
Oh no! It's right off. It is right off the toll road, right there on South Florida Avenue. They call the area. Man, it's right there in the central. They have a name.
Not by the mall.
Dixieland.
Dixieland. Boom.
Dixieland is what they call the area. It's right next to Lake Hunter. There, my dad actually bought his first house there as well, so it has some memory. It has some memories for us. But yeah, I mean, he was a piece of shit, and honestly, all of them that I buy are. And I look for that. So I look for houses that, maybe have roof leak or have been burned. My dad goes to the extent of like finding houses that people have even died in, and like families.
We want some haunted houses up in
Yeah.
this bitch.
He's not scared of that at all. I've seen some amazing things from this man. Like my dad really is. He's a finesser. He gets these houses, and I'm just like, for $2,000.
What?
He just got a house for. Because it accumulated like over $300,000 in fines. But he knows the way to work it out to where he got all the fines dropped. And now he bought
Have you ever bought any mobile homes? Trailers.
Yeah. Trailers. I mean, that's
Aren't those easy flips?
Um,
Or easy rentals?
easy rentals.
As
I
long
would
as there's
say.
not a lot lease. right?
Everybody's kind of like above what these trailers are worth right now. They
But they're
still want.
homes, right?
Yeah, they still want, I was looking at a trailer the other day. What did the guy want for it?
40-80?
No, this guy, this was in Wesley Chapel.
Oh, Wesley
So
Chapel.
this
So
is-
we're talking about like maybe close to 200, you think?
Yeah, it was like, I forget, I think it was 130 he was asking
Yeah.
for it. And I went in, piece of shit, infested with fleas and bees and bugs and everything. I couldn't even walk in there and my whole leg was covered in fleas. And fleas aren't a big deal, but like, it's just like, you could tell that the dogs tore up everything, and people weren't taking care of their animals. That's why they had fleas. And I was just like, this thing is probably worth like 40. Dude, you're asking $100,000.
So what'd you offer? 132.
I told him 125. And he said no. He said no. He got too many offers. And then he texted me and he was like, "Hey, you got a boyfriend? You know, let's get to know each other." And I'm like, you know what? Thanks, dude.
Creeper looked up your profile picture. He was like, "Let me see this girl."
I pull up in a truck because that's what I drive, and you know, I look like this. He's like, "Damn, I got it." At least he shot a shot, right?
Yeah, he shot a shot. Yeah, you can't hate him for it, but at the same time, come on, man.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're not limiting yourself to single family residence or mobile homes. I mean, maybe condos also, or
No.
Condos do not appreciate, right, Manny?
Condos, I mean, they do appreciate.
I do nothing
but
with an
the
HOA.
But
But
barely,
no, it's
right?
not barely. It's just the HOA fee.
Yeah,
Starting
I
to
do
get
nothing
too
with
high.
HOA.
Yeah.
No HOA.
Yeah, because the thing is with HOA, they can come to you and be like, "Hey, we're replacing all the roofs. You need to come up with $20,000."
For a condo, for a COA.
You don't really own it. The
association.
HOA does.
Yeah.
And if you accumulate so many fines with an HOA, they could take
They
your
put a
house and
lien
sell
on your
it.
property.
The good thing is that they did pass a law July 1st that they passed
the
to
HOA, yeah.
give less
Cheers to that.
authority to HOA for giving citations. You know,
Nice.
if your mailbox is painted not this way, because those HOA
If
companies
you park
here
on
in
the
Florida,
street.
they mismanage the money quite a bit.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
And
see that a lot.
And I don't really think an HOA is really the way to go for investing. I think single family homes, trailers, things that are on a plot of land, because if that property is condemned, you can definitely knock it down and build something, brand new.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Have you ever done new construction?
So right now I just bought a plot of land in Webster
With nothing in it.
No, just a plot of land. Like they're
No
building.
trees.
There's a bunch of trees. Shit ton
So
of
you
trees.
got to clear and grub.
Yeah, I got to clear and grub. Yes, and they're building the roads there. I really got it to hold on to it, but
For like what, 1,500?
15,000 is what I
Damn.
bought. It's an acre.
Are you kidding me? That cheap?
Bro,
Yeah.
when there's nothing but
Well,
trees
where's
on
Webster?
It,
Is that Lakeland
Webster
too?
is
No,
just,
Webster's
it's like between
by Day City.
Oh, by Dade City.
Yeah.
That's an up and coming place
Yeah.
too.
So it's an
that's where I
acre.
live.
And, I just jumped on the opportunity just to hold on to it because in my neighborhood in Wesley Chapel, which is about 30 minutes from there, somebody just sold an acre for $200,000. So I was just looking. It was just an investment that came up. I was like, bet I'm getting on it. My brother bought 8 acres close by. So I was like, let me just get this now and we'll figure out what to do with it later. But I am starting after I get done with this project. I will start to focus on that and I will build. I'll use my cousin and his he's got layouts or what do you call them?
Architectural plans.
Yeah, he's got blueprints already. So that right there saves me $15,000.
You can buy those, right?
Yeah.
Online.
Yeah, but still they're like
So like duplexes and shit like that, like they have those plans online, even just for a regular. And they're, I don't know. You're the one who showed me the website.
Yeah,
Where
I mean,
you're
but,
like, yo,
if you
bro,
have
let's
somebody
just
who's
buy
gonna
this
give them to you for
parlay.
free, fuck
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, if someone gives it to
I
you
mean,
for
but
free-
they were.
Hey,
I mean,
cousin, don't look at this.
No, but that's interesting to know though because you never know if I want to build a bigger one or
Yeah, they got
duplex.
they got stock plans, and you pay like the AutoCAD drawings, so you have them all there, and they're good. You kind of change them up if you want. If
Interesting.
you have somebody who's a CAD drafter, and that can just change it. But
They're
they're
all
like 50.
permitted,
They can
yeah.
run anywhere from 1,500 all the way to 8,000, depending on the size of the house.
Yeah, that's great.
But that's kind of different, you know.
Yeah, there have to be single family homes there
Yeah.
and no trailers. So that's why I was like, okay, this will be good. And 5 years when Webster gets developed. I'm sorry, and yeah, so that's really like my favorite thing to do. And if all else fails with this boxing and modeling, then
Oh, don't start like that. No, say when it succeeds, I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy more.
Yeah, no, but I just mean that that's my priority.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing to do. That's like, what I am is the house flipping and all this extra stuff is just fun for me. And I mean, I take it seriously, but it's just like, I'm just living.
Yeah. When we get back with Happy Hour Holidays, you guys make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our social media page. We'll ask Amber how she went from modeling to bare knuckles. We'll be right back. We're back with Happy Hour Holidays here with Amber Fields. And, Amber is a woman of many talents. She not only now has told us that she throws concerts, country concerts, all kinds of stuff. So, she's a nonstop hustler. She's willing to make some money doing some good creative thinking and some strategy. So how did you come up with this like country events, where you're almost like kind of like an event planner in a sense?
Yeah. So I was working in the event industry with I worked at the Ritz here in Tampa.
That's a good freaking hotel.
The
Ritz Carl.
Oh, the Ritz.
It's just
Oh,
an
you mean
event
on
center.
7th Ave?
It's just
Yeah. Oh shit.
It's
Where
just
they
an-
used to have a lot of EDM.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But we
yeah,
also
yeah.
had like a bunch of like 21 Savage come there and a bunch of other people. Maris Yahoo's there. And my dad owned a nightclub as well. The only nightclub in Lakeland, Mason's Live. I'm sure if you ask around, people know exactly what that is. So I always wanted to get into events.
Sounds like you were more of a promoter.
For the Ritz?
No.
For my dad? So for my dad, I didn't do anything really with it. I just come and party. At that age, I was like 18 as well. So I was just like chilling, not promoted. I bartended. I was bartending a little bit and trying to help him with that, but he was kind of on his own path. But I was a bottle girl at the Ritz and got to see a lot of that stuff. And I worked for Sunset Music Festival. And it made me, as soon as I quit that, I was like, I'm going to do my own events. And I had some good ideas. And now I partnered up with Bartow Ford. Shout out, they're one of my sponsors.
Hey,
Bartow
Bartow Ford,
Ford.
motherfucking Bartow Ford.
Fucking Bartow Ford.
Oh my God. Off of 19, was it 19
No,
or 98?
it's
98 and
98,
60,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and we throw this country concert every year called Concert on the Lot. And it's been amazing, honestly, just like being a part of it. I'm happy that they were able to take some of my ideas and really turned out to be a great event. And like I do whatever I can, especially like into boxing. I always talk about maybe throwing my own boxing event one day.
Why not?
Oh, yeah,
Right?
Why not?
So I do have my event company is called Alive Events.
So the one that you're doing August 12th?
10th
August 10th.
with
10th.
one of the really
Misfits?
Misfits, yeah.
Misfits, yeah.
versus Leah Gotti.
So wait, did you get a professional amateur boxing license, or are you going straight to professional?
So with Florida, you do have to have an amateur boxing license.
An amateur or a professional, right?
So in order to get to professional, you have to have
Amateur.
what they call it. They're like paid sparring sessions.
Yeah.
So we had to do some of those, but basically this is my first professional boxing match. Really,
Wait, so you're no longer amateur anymore. Now you're pro.
I'm pro.
So what was your how many amateur fights did you do? How many did you win?
So I've only done amateur sparring matches, what we call it with headgear. So
Is it not counting towards your record?
no,
Oh, okay.
they don't count towards my record. So this is my first real fight, other than the sparring matches. But yeah, so we're jumping right in there. Luckily, tying back to my following, I feel like it does give me the opportunity to be here and to be in this space. I would have never even imagined myself being here, getting ready to prepare for a boxing match, until I saw other women like Elle Brooke or Ebony Bridges.
Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah, Paige Van Zandt.
Yeah.
Other women in this space, but even Paige, she's worked for a very long time.
And now she's doing.
Yeah, slap boxing. I saw that. That was
That's
really cool.
crazy.
She's done
She
wrestling.
won. She won.
I know.
She won.
That girl
debut.
could take a hit. I'm telling you. I've seen her fight in person probably like 4 or 5 times, and her stamina is amazing, and she could just take a hit.
You think it's because she clenches her jaw really hard?
Well, that's part of it as well. When we're boxing, like I do train, like there's exercises you do, and like we're biting our mouthpiece all day. So no, and also just I think the more times you get hit, the more you're able to take a hit. So
It's not, you're not stunned. You're like, you're like, okay, I'm used to this stuff.
yeah.
I wouldn't want to mess with Amber. She looks like she's feisty.
yeah, and really what we're training for is to go past the point like of your breaking point. So like when I'm there and I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I feel like I can't move anymore, that's when I have to go harder. So it trains my brain to, even if I'm failing and I can't feel my face anymore, to continue, to keep going, to act like nothing's wrong.
Have you ever been knocked out?
Never knocked out.
Have
no.
you ever knocked anybody out?
Knocked somebody down, a guy.
A guy? No
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it was cool. I
But
got it.
Amber, you wouldn't do the fucking slap one, right?
I mean, the
You
possibility.
know it's coming.
But the thing
You
is
know
that
it's
it's just so
coming.
crazy to me every time I see it on Instagram, like just standing there and you're just waiting for it. I mean, I get it, and you're waiting for it, but at the same time, that's like, there's got to be some head trauma.
The possibilities are endless.
Well,
I'm never
obviously.
gonna say I'm not gonna do anything. Like, once I go down this boxing path, I really am not gonna stop.
Yeah.
And with slap boxing, I always am like, I don't know if slap boxing works or bare knuckle, like because at least with the knuckles, you know,
I mean,
you can
avoid
block,
it. Yeah, you can avoid
you can
it.
block yourself. With the slap, it
Good
just
point.
leaves you so open.
You're just like this, and it's just like fuck, bro.
Yeah,
you see the motherfuckers take some hits too.
yeah, a lot of
I'm like,
people
I'm not
get-
good with that. I'm sorry.
Did
I'm
you
not doing it.
watch the Paige Van Zandt one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you did. Yeah, bro. Like the person that hit her, like, wasn't a small person. It was a big motherfucking
ate
chick, and she was like, and I think they have mouth guards in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Paige's next one up, boom, knocks her straight to the ground. I was like, Jesus fucking
Yeah, I
Christ,
watched
man.
her interview and she said that as soon as she felt the first hit, she was like, "Oh, this is nothing. I'm about to win this."
Do you think it's because she was fighting because she fought in the UFC?
Mhm.
She also has a husband, I think, that is also in the
Yes.
UFC. Yeah.
He fought for UFC. Yeah.
So that means that they're training together. And, he's probably hitting her a couple times. I don't know. Paige, do you think you could take this? No, I'm joking.
No,
I don't think
absolutely.
that's right.
I'm
you
sure.
know.
But it probably is the way it goes. It's like, yo, if you take a hit from me, you probably take a hit from any of them. I don't know.
She probably likes it. Honestly,
She
she's
probably does.
They
you
probably
know,
do it in-
why fight so much?
One more time, baby.
yeah, like, oh, that felt good. Let me hit me harder,
Yeah.
daddy. So,
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, that the whole physical contact sport, I get it, and it makes money. So when we were talking to Vince, I'm gonna bring Vince up again, youngest in the yacht club. He was telling me that to be with the Professional Boxing Commission (PBC), that you have to register as a influencer pro or a professional. So are you doing it as an influencer or are you doing it as a professional? Or not a professional influencer or a professional, whatever the
It's-
other one is.
with this company, it's with the WBC.
WBC.
Yeah, and the World Boxing Commission, and it's considered a professional fight, not influencer. Even though we are calling it influencer boxing match,
But it's not.
it follows
right?
the same rules as professional boxing. So that means 8-ounce gloves, 4 rounds, 2 ounces, no headgear, and all of our punches count as well. They're counting them, so we follow the professional guidelines of a professional fight.
And you're fighting, you said something Gotti?
Yeah, Leah Gotti.
Leah Gotti.
Yep.
Is she bigger, smaller, same size?
We're the same size. We'll both be weighing in at 120. She, she's maybe like 2 inches taller than me, but she can.
How tall are you? Because you're kind of short.
Yeah, I'm almost 5'2".
5'2"?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That packs a punch.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's
yeah.
like, I can knock you out, man.
No, I'm 5'2". She's 5'4".
So how do you train for that? Are you like every day, like eating healthy? I mean, you're drinking
Yeah.
water,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
and then just like trying to fine tune your diet. Then maybe you have a regiment for 6 days out of 7, and then maybe one rest day. I mean, like, what exactly are you doing to train for that?
Yeah. So originally I thought I was gonna fight at 112. So I comfortably, as I'm working out, I probably set at 115. So now that I know we're fighting at 120, my coach is like, carb up. Like, don't even watch what you're eating, which is good, right? Because I can eat my pasta. Even though, I still want to be clean. Like, before training, I only do really trail mix or bars or yogurt or things like that before training. Because if I never know when I'm going to spar, I just come in assuming I'm going to spar every day. Because my coach will be like, oh, look who's here. Come on in. And I don't want to have a big meal before that because, part of boxing is like I said,
hit
push.
in the stomach.
Yeah, and pushing our limits. I've thrown up twice.
No shit.
Not in a while, not in a long
Like,
time.
I mean, that's for training.
dehydration?
But I think I drank the water wrong once because like I drank it and it like immediately came out of my nose and my it was funny. And we were outside though, luckily for that one. It was just hot, so I don't know, just the combination of pushing myself to my limit, drinking the water, and then the second time I was just gagging. I didn't really throw up, but I think it was I put on headgear. And I think I was claustrophobic, and we went 10 rounds. And after the 10th round, I was like, bro, like, I'm about to throw up. My coach is like, one more. And I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. No, but yeah, it's crazy. So basically, I'm eating whatever I want right now, but I'm training every single day. Today we did 2 hours of sparring, which I would probably say about 25 rounds
Holy shit.
on the beach here. So we're in the
long?
same
How long?
2 minutes.
2 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Sometimes we will go 3 or 4 minutes. Yeah. And
how much is the actual match though in terms of
4 rounds, 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Okay.
With 1 minute breaks.
So if you're training longer than 2 minutes, that means that you're now conditioned to exceed the 2 minutes, which means that you could perform better.
Yeah.
If you've trained for 4 minutes.
Yeah. That's the goal, is to really go in here so comfortable that I just completely knock it out of the park, literally. Because fight of the night gets $25,000 and knockout of the night gets $25,000.
What does fight of the night mean?
It's just whoever put on the best performance.
Who dictates that?
The owners, I'm sure.
They're like, oh, that had the most viewership.
Well, I think you'll be able to, whoever has, it depends, like.
It's hard to say viewership because it's not. Is it televised or no?
Know.
It is. It's on DAZN. It's not televised. It's
Is it pay-per-view, PPV?
It is not a pay-per-view. This is like a streaming thing.
Oh, okay.
So, but they will have YouTube and they'll have DAZN. I think, just mainly who puts on the best performance, like in their opinion.
How are you feeling?
Great. Honestly, I was supposed to have this fight in May. So this is just more extra time for me to prepare. I have the best coach in town.
Shout him out.
Coach Gary at Lights Out Boxing and Fitness. Honestly, without them, I really wouldn't be here. Just the continued motivation. I've had some challenges this year, and they've just pushed me to continue to be my best. And I genuinely appreciate them, and I don't want to say blame them. What do I say?
Appreciate them?
How do you say what I have right now is because of them, and I feel very confident.
What is that word that I'm looking for?
I know it slipped my head.
It is not
opposite of blame.
Yes,
it's like
attribute.
Yeah, I attribute them. Yeah,
a lot of your success in terms of boxing to them.
Yeah,
because they're in your corner. I mean. Literally and figuratively, they're gonna be in your corner, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna be fighting, and they're gonna say, "Hey, listen, what the fuck are you doing with that left hook? You gotta make sure that you come after with the right uppercut." I mean, do you uppercut a lot?
Yeah. So for sure, I do all punches, as many as I can do. My strong. I don't even want to give too much away.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
I don't want to give too much away. But we work on all punches, and I'm continuously learning so much. Even today, I'm learning more wrestling. In boxing, I know there's a chance where you can, if you're getting beat up, or not even if you just want to kind of bully them. Right? Yeah. So I learned a lot about that today, and I was able to apply it in sparring. But again, my coach, he's just very thorough, and he's excellent coach. And
have you considered maybe, and this is a strong maybe, UFC?
Yeah, that would be that's goal really. To
Is
be
it
in
really?
UFC. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start with boxing. We'll see how that goes. Maybe then kickboxing.
You mean we won't see how it goes? It's gonna go spectacularly.
Absolutely.
You're gonna crush it.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna be like, you know what? I've already ran through this league. Yes. It doesn't even matter. Now you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start taking some jujitsu.
Yes.
I'm gonna start taking some Muay Thai. I might be kicking people in the head. They don't even know they got kicked, and they're on the floor lying down. You're gonna be crushing it. Yeah. I mean, that's the mentality you need. That is the killer mentality.
I'd rather do that than the slapping one.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Exactly. If I can do this and I can be successful in this, then anybody can do this. I can do anything. You can do anything.
There you go. I love it. Talk to the audience. You're actually one of the first people that you can do anything. Most people, when we're just talking, that's all they do.
Yeah.
But they never talk to the audience. Guys, you can do this.
Yeah.
It is not something that is unfathomable.
Yeah.
It is attainable by anyone as long as you have the mental capacity, the drive, and the motivation to do it.
Right.
What is your motivation now? Thinking about motivation, what is it?
Well, my nephew, really, because sometimes whenever I'm down and I'm feeling tired, my nephew's he's 4 years old, and he's battling leukemia right now. Oh shit! And I always think about, if he can do this, and he's battling it, and he's so strong, then I can put up with 10 more minutes of intense training. So that's my motivation right now. I always think about him when I'm training.
Is he doing good?
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
Aggressive?
chemo is, no, we found it early. It didn't even enter his bloodstream, but the treatment is still 2 years. And as a 4-year-old, it's just hard to understand and grasp. Like, I think he's starting to grasp it because he's talking about cancer now and he's talking about death and stuff like that. And it's just like sad because just to think about the things that he is going to miss out on. You know, we were going to get him in flag football and he loves sports. He loves watching sports with us. And, but like now, well, for the last month, it was crazy. Like they had him on the steroids. It's kind of one of the worst months people talk about, but I've learned so much. We built a community of people around us that have been so supportive. We've raised $10,000 on our GoFundMe for their family. Yeah. And we found out like a few weeks ago that they're having, well, I don't even know if I should say this, but they're having twins. Oh, wow. And it's kind of just like craziness. Like, but family is most important to me. Yeah. That's one of my like deal breakers is if you're not into your family or you're not a family person, then like I don't trust you.
so I mean you kind of got to take that, and I'm sorry to hear about your nephew. He's probably thinking to himself, you know what, if I could take this, anybody else should be able to take this. And he's going through trials and tribulations. You know, nobody's expiration date is set. Right. Nobody's expiration date is set. He could, you know, become, you know, a strong individual because of it. That is the kind of courage we need. We need the courage of children where they don't know what's going on, but you know what? They're like, you know what? I could still make it. I could still make it. And a lot of adults, now that we've turned, well, you know, we're in our 30s, you're in your 20s, we can still turn to that kind of inspiration and inspire us to do more than what we thought we could do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So going to that, Amber, like as far as like mental, like, do you have a mental coach when it comes? Well, actually, when we get back with Happy Hour Holidaze.
We still got 2 minutes.
Oh, we got 2 minutes. Okay.
I do want to say, so I am donating 100% of my profit back to him and the Children's Cancer Center here. They have like been a big help.
Cancer Center?
The just Children's Cancer Center right here. Like, so I'm donating all my purse, everything that I make from the purse to them. So
because you are winning.
Yeah, and I constantly talk about it because I go to training. I'll go to the hospital with him. Like, oh, I got to go to training, and he's like, "What are you training for?" And I'm like, "To fight the bad guys," because he's playing the video games. And then yesterday he said, "You got to go to training." He said, Princess Peach has got to go to training because you're fighting Birdo. And I don't know if you guys know Mario.
Yeah, definitely.
Super Mario.
Birdo has the big nose, and my opponent's kind of got a beak on her.
The trash talking starts now.
We just died, dude. I was dying. It was like, yep, Princess Peach versus Birdo. Let's go.
That's fantastic.
Oh, you're funny.
Yeah, that's great for a good cause, man.
Yeah,
that's way to go, Amber.
All right.
When we get back, we'll ask Amber, as far as like, you're obviously doing everything for the physical, but as well as we know, in this day and age, mental is just as tough. Do you have a mental coach? We'll get back and hear about it. Like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our Friday features and all our reels. All right, guys, we're back with Happy Hour Holidaze here with Amber Fields, and we were kind of talking about, the physicality when it comes to the boxing. It's crazy that you have a model going into boxing, which doesn't really happen too often, but here we go. Amber's freaking doing it, and the physicality is definitely important. Getting to get as well trained as possible to last those rounds. But as far as the mental game, who do you have for your mental coach, and how have you prepared yourself to go that extra mile with the mental game?
If you have one.
Yeah, I always recommend seeking therapy. I think it's a great thing, especially in boxers. Like, you see them, there's ups and downs a lot of times. Yeah. We constantly are putting ourselves under a lot of pressure. And sometimes when you lose, I just see them, like my friends that have gone through it. Yeah. It just sometimes feels like nothing can pull you out. Yeah. But that's what makes you a better boxer. That's the one who determines the winners and the losers, is if you keep going and you practice harder and you do what you need to do to get your mental game straight. I have a big group of supporters and friends and family, huge family. I'm always occupied. I'm always talking about what's going on in my life.
Yeah.
Like I can't even just shut up about it, honestly.
But that's what's good to
then keep
have.
talking about it. I mean,
Yeah.
run with it.
But I mean, you were telling us too that besides the mental side that we were talking about for the boxing, you're also doing car flips, which is freaking cool. You know,
Yeah.
classic car flips.
Yeah.
She called
But
it
in a way-
Little Woman's, though.
Little woman's, yeah. But in a way, boxing has helped take some of this aggression I've had inside of me out. Like, I'd say this fire, right? Because, like, I'm beating things up all day or punching the bag all day. By the time I get home, I'm calm. I'm relaxed. I'm, like, you know, ready to chill out. So,
What are you doing? What Elon Musk is doing?
yeah, exactly.
Smoke some
And-
weed?
And, yeah, so that's it's just therapy in itself.
Yeah.
But there are up and downs with it. And
do you have a mental coach then?
no,
No.
I
See,
want to get
told
one.
you.
I want to get one, you know, and I just feel like it's never the right time. You get to know the right person. I've had people
Yeah.
I've spoke to, and it just kind of seems like more professional.
Do
but
you meditate?
yes, I do meditate.
That's all the mental coaching you need.
Yeah.
Because meditation, I used to meditate every single day for 30 minutes. And I can tell you I was the calmest I ever was.
Mhm.
And I had a horrible fucking fiance. This was, baby, not you. Okay? This was the ex-fiance.
Oh,
And this bitch would drive me nuts. And the only way I could do it is to put some tranquil music on, meditate, and think about nothing.
Drink 2 Bud Lights.
No, dude. No. I'm talking about legitimate meditation. I'm talking about the art of meditation, where the only goal of meditation is to think about nothing. And that is what settles you and brings levity to your chakras.
yeah.
I used to be so into it. I mean, I stopped meditating probably like 10 years ago, but let me tell you something. I was the most at peace ever, and I didn't really give a fuck. But I took what I learned from meditation and applied it to my real life, and then I was like, you know what?
Then you became a serial killer.
No, absolutely. Meditation is key. You know, Jake Paul, every time before he goes into a ring, he sits there and meditates for an hour in the ring, actually, and meditates a knockout. And that's what he says, at least. But I do meditate like every night. I do like sit in
to
a nature.
music, to tranquil
No,
music.
nothing at all. Usually just
Oh, so
water
you're going
running.
dead silence.
Water running helps.
Okay, water running is
Water
good,
running.
yeah.
I love to be in nature, like on the boat. So I do a lot of diving as well. And while you're in
Like as in
not scuba diving, I'm sorry,
Oh,
free
okay.
diving.
Oh, free
Spear
diving.
fishing.
What's the
Oh,
deepest you've been?
spearfishing. Sketch.
What'd you say?
What's the deepest you've been?
I can go 60 feet without any gear, without any like
Like scuba
tanks.
tank,
Yeah,
yeah,
but, like,
without
yeah,
any
tanks.
oxygen.
right.
Holy shit!
Right, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. So
It is peaceful on the water. Like
Yeah.
there's nothing better than being. I mean,
Yeah, but
that's
60
gonna be.
Are
But
you
being on a
doing
boat
this?
for me is just.
Are you doing this?
yeah, you have to
Yeah,
when you go
yeah.
down the whole time. I do it
Equalizing.
like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But this weekend we
Shit
just
is
went 30
painful.
feet
Where
and
at, bro?
Tarpon Springs.
So you're
Oh,
dropping
shit.
out of Anklo probably.
Yeah, no, I don't remember.
That's
what
where I
the
dropped
hole-
my boat out of.
We have these holes on the GPS that we go to. They're like sunken chips, or there'll be like boulders there.
So are you using
fishing
wave
spots.
apps?
No.
Wave.
No, so they have this. So the captain of our boat or my dad, we go out with him as well.
That is a man of many trades. You
Oh.
know, he does a shit that you got a good relationship with him.
Yes,
obviously,
yes,
yeah.
He was over last night.
But
helping
he's
fix
got to
my
have an app.
camper.
Yeah.
He's got to have an app that shows, because I've seen it on Wave, WAVE
Interesting.
app, and it shows what people you can share. It's kind of like a social media for people that boat,
Yeah.
and they show locations where there are call
Fish.
it a sunken ship,
Okay.
or call it fish, or call it whatever, and it shows you the depth and all that stuff. And you don't really need a Garmin for it, but me, every time I go out with my wife, I'm like, yo, let's do it. And she was like, you're not certified.
So I do recommend getting the class. I did take one because the most important thing is the safety.
Yeah, I would say
For
so,
the
yeah.
class, you have to buddy up. So while my partner's down there, I need to know what to look for just in case I need to bring him up. So actually, your body, you have this gland in your head, and automatically, like babies know to hold their breath underwater. So if you pass out underwater, you will not breathe in water. You won't drown. So if you pass out underwater for like 10 minutes, you can be underwater for 10 minutes and I can bring you up and dry your face off, and you could wake up, or I could perform CPR, you'd be fine. So it's crazy because it's just like we naturally can be underwater, and free diving is just so calm and peaceful. You can't talk. It's just you and the fish. You can hear the fish. And then there's something about catching your own meals. Like, it's just so fresh fish that you've caught, you've worked for, is just amazing. There's nothing like it.
So you got a spear gun.
Yes.
Yeah. So you're not throwing it. Yeah.
No, but we go lobster diving and we don't use a gun. We just literally pick them up with our hands.
Yeah.
So they're under holes, but I've gone every year since I was 8. So this year will be 20.
You ever been oyster? Not scalloping. Whatever they call oystering.
Okay, I've never been it, but they have the string and stuff that they I've never done that. I've caught crabs before with the crab cages, and been lobster scalloping, spear fishing, never oystering.
So then you're a Florida girl through and through. Yeah. That's what it sounds like, because you're out on the water.
Yes.
What's your favorite beach?
Favorite beach.
Gotta have one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think
she's on the boat, so it's mostly
what's my favorite island? Yeah, but you go on a boat and you just
I do a lot of camping.
You anchor out at a beach.
Yeah, I do a ton of camping though at Springs. Like Ginny Springs is probably one of my favorite spots to camp at. But beach wise,
Rainbow River almost.
Yeah, Rainbow River is a good place. Rainbow Springs,
the
Devil's Den.
I've never been there.
I've never been there. I've seen a lot.
That's one of the funnest place to camp, because you're allowed to have fires there, and it's just pitch black there. I have such a good experience there. I was like, I want to go back.
But favorite beach though?
Beach. I mean, I like St. Pete Beach.
I do too.
But Fort DeSoto, I go to Fort DeSoto a lot.
We've been there.
Especially with the boat with Egmont Key. I mean, you go, Egmont Key, then go to Fort DeSoto. I mean,
problem is you can't camp at Egmont.
But you can camp at Fort DeSoto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but Egmont's like over here. Fort DeSoto is just, it's not that far.
It'll be like if you're chilling at the beach, St. Pete's got all the bars.
Yeah,
it's got nice sand.
So you're talking about Caddies.
Yeah, Paso Grill. And PCB. Yeah. That's a fun beach. My dad lives on Bel Air Beach, but he just recently moved there.
Why does that sound familiar?
That's a fucking good ass.
It's right there
it's near Clearwater.
What's the...
No, Bel Air should be
Bel Air is near Clearwater.
Yeah, but it's in Clearwater near Dunedin, but what's it right next to? It's right next to...
Was it Largo, Indian Rocks, Reddington?
Indian Rocks Beach. So
that's like
right next to it. Yeah, but it's a private beach. You can only go on it if you live there.
But it's Gulf side.
Yeah.
Would you ever try to dock a jet ski or a boat on the Gulf side of any beach? It just gets pushed towards the beach.
Yeah, there's no docking up there, but we have the boat ramp, so.
Yeah. Excuse me.
No, it's actually funny because my dad said, he was like, this is too bougie for me. I got to go on the Indian Rock side. So he was looking to sell it, but then he met a girl, his neighbor, and now they're together. He's like, I'm not selling this place anymore. I'm like, please don't, because I love it here.
What are you exactly? Because I can't even tell. I feel like you're Spanish, but I don't know if you are because you don't speak any Spanish. You got to be.
She does speak Spanish. She said she was.
No, she said un poquito. First of all, she didn't say it like a Spanish person. She said it like a white person. So, I mean, remember Lakeland.
Español es muy mal.
No, but seriously, what are you?
I feel like, that's a personal question.
Yeah, that is personal.
No, I'm just kidding. White. No, I'm just kidding as well.
I say the same shit, bro.
I'm just kidding because, like, my mom's side and my dad's side both have Italian and Native American. And then my grandma's side has Czech, like Polish, and Syrian. And then my dad has German and Irish.
So I was completely off.
Yeah, so...
I was going to say Syrian and Polish.
Yeah, right? So, yeah, that's where I get those dark features from, though, for sure. And then, like, I feel like I connect with my Italian/Native American.
So you're not Spanish at all?
No.
At all?
Mm-mm. My grandma, she had, like, a lot of she would speak Italian to me and be like, oh, marona, which is, oh, my God. And she'd cook me dishes. And so I feel like that's
you probably had a favorite dish.
Rice dish.
Rice dish.
It's actually funny because when I was a kid, I wrote like for Grandmother's Day, and she still has it hanging up on her refrigerator. She says, "I love my grandma because she makes me rice dish."
What the hell is rice dish?
It's like a meat in red sauce rice dish. I really can't explain it.
But is it rice? Actual rice?
It is.
Ew.
It is, yeah. Or maybe it is not. I don't know. I never made it. She's always made it for me. But it's like a good, like, Italian little dish.
We're white as well.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, right.
You can tell by the beards.
Yeah. Well, if you look at the beers, then you'll think we're Middle Eastern for sure.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
technically, I guess.
Let me guess.
Yeah, go ahead. I bet you couldn't.
Armenian?
No.
Damn, that's fucking out there.
It's close.
Why?
Though.
Because
Close,
I'll give you a hint. It's
Close.
Spanish.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Cuban. Yeah. Damn, how the fuck?
She saw the flags.
No, she saw the red and the blue, man. That's what it was.
No.
But not just Cuban. Also,
No, that's it.
no,
my
bro.
mom and our parents are both Cuban.
Yeah. No,
There's nothing else in
but
there.
our grandparents are
Yeah, they're Spanish.
Lebanese.
Lebanese. Okay.
Well, there's some Lebanese
Yeah.
and some Spain, or Spain, from like all the.
Well, where do you
Yeah.
think we get all the hair from, bro? You think that's from Spain?
Cuban.
Yeah, that's a
from,
Cuban.
no, that's from
Yeah.
Lebanon, bro. Look at this shit, man.
No, Lebanon's aren't like that hairy.
Go to the Middle East, man.
Yeah.
They got beards and shit.
All I can say is at least the eyebrows aren't connecting.
Are you talking about like a monobrow?
Oh, man.
I think we got off traffic here. We got off traffic here. What the fuck were we talking about?
Nationality or ethnicity?
Oh yeah, okay.
American.
No, before all that, we were talking about
The spearfishing?
spearfishing. Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So you spearfish.
Yeah, I started when I was 8. Well, not spearfishing,
Yeah,
just diving.
yeah, just
and
diving in
catching
general.
lobster in the Keys every year. Falls on my birthday every year. This year I'm missing out because my training. I can't be going away for the week like I normally do, so I'm really upset about it. But yeah, I think that's just a great experience. I think everybody should teach their kid about the water and the boat just because it is so peaceful underneath the water. It is like meditation, but also just that we can survive, and these animals are living like you're not in your element, these animals are swimming around you and you're just at peace. You're water, basically. You float like water,
Yeah.
you swim with the water, you dive down with the water. So it's just like in Mother Nature's like healing. The ocean is Mother Nature's healing potion. It's literally you go in the water, you be in nature. I feel like you can't be upset. You can't be upset in the water.
No, hell no. I
So
like
you gotta have some other kind of hobby other than
The
Wait, the
million we
millions
talked
that
about.
she said?
yeah. Other than spearfishing, knocking people out, and it kind of seems like the influencer part of you really don't even like that, do you?
As of lately, it's just like I always like to try new things.
Yeah,
I'm constantly bouncing from one thing to the
But
other.
there's got to be something that you like that nobody has ever heard Amber Field say that she liked. There's got to be one thing. Maybe some deep down dark secret that Amber's never said before.
that I like.
She likes Pokemon.
I
knew it. She likes Pokemon.
Or besides that, Amber, what is like your goal coming up the next 5 years? Like as Amber Fields, what do you have? What do you see? The next 5 years, coming. Like what else do you have planned? I mean, obviously you want to pursue the boxing, but is there anything else you've thought about that? Hey, I want to either do something business wise. I mean, obviously you got your real estate. Maybe you want to start building spec homes on a neighborhood because you are buying land. I mean, what else do you have in store for yourself? Or
would be with the real estate thing, it would be own commercial real estate for sure, definitely.
Like buildings like this where there's a whole bunch of offices and you have businesses.
A storage unit would probably be good. Any kind of self-sufficient commercial property would be good. If I could own a mall, I will.
Yeah,
if I could
I
own a
know.
hotel. I mean, I don't think I'd do hotel, but like just because I read that they're the worst for like profit because you constantly have to pay cleaners, you have to pay someone to do attendant, whereas a storage unit people just pay to keep their stuff there. And you have hours.
Actually, we see a lot of them around.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely car wash, whatever. Anything like that. I definitely want to invest my money I'm not going to sit on my money. I'm going to be investing it into tangible items. I have stocks and coin, but I've lost money on those, so I'm over it. I'm out of it.
Can't go wrong with the real estate. I mean,
Right.
like you said, tangible
Any
assets
business
that
in particular, maybe that you would want to invest in other than what you've mentioned so far?
Yeah, anything in like tech, I think is great.
Yeah.
I follow Elon Musk there. I love just listening to what he has to say. I love being on top of that. I have a book called My $1 Million Idea Book.
Is it published?
No, it's my almost like my journal.
Yeah.
But
Wait a second.
it's just like anytime I have an idea that I think would be profitable, I write it down.
Yo, throw one out there.
Okay, so
Just a throwaway one. You know?
okay, no, this is a good one. My boyfriend's in shipping and he's in logistics. So I came up with an idea that we should create, because he has to pay somebody to do basically data entry and what's the size of the shipment and how many pallets, blah, 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 blah. So then I was like, why don't we create use AI to create a program. And what we do is we patent the program and then we sell it to these big shipping companies, and basically it would cut down their costs.
What does the program do?
So just data entry, basically, the person who calls they call and they say, hey, I've got 10 pallets that needs this size. This is what it is, blah, blah, blah. So what they would do is they would input it, and then AI would say, okay, this is the best option. This is basically what he hires his assistant to do.
Yeah,
I thought
data
they
entry.
already had that.
No, they don't. Well, now they might, but this is when I thought of it 5 months ago when AI was just kind of going on. But the most important thing would be to patent it, so when people use it, you sue them, and then they have to use your...
That or you license it.
Yeah, license it or whatever. I don't know. My friend did something similar. He's a lawyer, and he has an AI technology that basically it takes 10 hours worth of work, and he can do it in 10 minutes. So... yeah.
Holy fucking shit, bro.
Because normally it's just filing and putting the correct inputs in and putting the correct things in. Now they have the opportunity and he just has to go in and check it. Okay, looks good. That's what it needs to be.
Or hire someone to do it.
Right, or hire somebody to do it. So,
Amber, we're towards the end of the show and we wanted to get the final thoughts. We like to leave our audience with a little bit of inspiration or motivation towards
nuggets of advice.
A little nuggets of advice. Do you have anything for our audience, as far as that you want to leave them? I mean, with inspiration, motivation.
Absolutely. Speaking of my dad so much, he always says it's all about the love, and I truly follow this. Just lead with love. Be kind to be kind to one another, seriously, because there's so much hate out here right now and everybody's against each other, but we're all going through stuff. We're all just trying to make it and help people around you, I've noticed a lot of times the people who I surround myself with, they're more successful and they just want to help people versus the people who are kind of struggling and they just kind of keep to themselves, they gatekeep. But that's not the way to make it. Seriously, how I've made the most connections in bare knuckle is just being kind. Being kind to the guy that I think is just a small promoter, but then boom, he gets promoted to CFO, and I'm the first person he thinks of because he remembers that kindness. So that's what I try to teach some of my girls. I also own a modeling agency, and
I was going to ask you about that earlier.
I hire ring girls. We'll save it for the next podcast, but I always try to teach them be kind, just be sweet, and show up for me, and I'll show up for you, and I'll split everything equally because I just want to show them that this is how a true leader acts, not gatekeeps and tries to hide money or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's what I got to say. And also, stay tuned. I'm going to be in the ring with Leah Gotti on August 10th. You're not going to want to miss it because I'm going to get knockout of the night.
Ooh,
she's gonna hit that beat. That beat's gonna fall off.
Break that beat.
Thank you so much, Amber, for coming in and hanging out with Happy Hour Holidaze, man. We really appreciate it. Wish you the most luck on there. We know you're gonna knock her out on August 10th. So thank you for tuning in, all the audience out there. Get inspired, get motivated, go out there and make your dreams come true because we are here. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be right back.
And then lastly, we're not going to be right back.
Yeah.
But lastly, by the time this episode airs, we should. I don't see why we shouldn't. We will be nominated for Best in the Bay through Creative Loathing. Go on there and nominate us. Or not nominate us. Vote for us. Vote for us to be Best in the Bay. And you can vote every single day, once a day, a 24-hour day. Bro, whoever won last year, I think they were garbage.
Hey, you got my vote.
So win us.
Let's go.